Houston-Tillotson is a tough place to play. They had a good crowd there. But it's hot in that gym. It's something that we're not used to. And I was really proud of how we came out and played just strong right away. We only made 2 hitting errors in the first set, and that's why we pulled ahead and won really easily. And then they came out a lot tougher in the second set, and we had to battle a little bit. I think we were down 20-15 before we came back and won 25-22. So I was real proud of how we fought there. And then in game 3, we did what we should have done. We played low air, put the ball in play. And as a team, we hit over 300, and that's what we ask of the girls all the time. I told them we wanted to do 2 things. Houston-Tillotson's the best serving team in our conference, and we held them way below their averages for ace. And then we identified who their best offensive player was, and we held her to a low total. So I was real proud of how we played on Friday. Jackie had her best blocking and offensive game of the year. Her main thing was she worked hard, especially in transition, and her setters found her. It was just a matchup with us. It started the game with they were focusing on our middles, and as the game went along, they focused on our pins, which allowed Jackie to play fantastic. And so she was just loud, she was moving, and she's starting to be fully recovered from her ankle injury. And so I think we're starting to see what she's going to play like the rest of the year. I don't know what to expect from Texas College. We're going to their place, and road games are always tough. And we could go in and they could be like, hey, they're first in the conference, we're not, and they could just play with no restrictions, and just crazy things can happen. And so we prepared today like we would for any other team. We know our game plan for tomorrow, and we're going to treat it just like it's any other match. We're going to have to play as well as we played all year. St. Thomas is right with us in most of the stats, and there's a reason they're 5-0 in conference. They're a good team. They've got a good defensive system. They've got a great libero, and one of the top middles in the country. And so if we play like we can, I think it's going to be a fun match. I don't think going in there that it's going to be an easy match for either team. I think they're going to play well, we're going to play well, and hopefully we can just make a couple more plays than they can.
I think establishing the rivalry between us and St. Mary's is going to be a good thing. We're 5 minutes away, and we've played each other over the last few years. And up to this point, the competition's been good. Unfortunately, I don't think we played up to our potential this last week, which is unfortunate. It was an unfortunate time for us to have, in my opinion, our worst performance of the year up to this point. So, hopefully next year we can bounce back. But aside from that, we're just going to look forward to conference play and now focus on what for us ultimately matters. Southwest over the years has grown a little bit. They have a new coach. I think this is her 2nd year, so she's implementing new ideas and concepts. So you never really know what to expect, especially with coaching changes and what they want to do from year to year. So we're just going to go out and perform our best, when we see them on Thursday.
I actually think, comparatively speaking, the men did better than the women. I was really pleased with the men. If you convert the times that they ran to an 8K, most, if not all of them, would have ran, PRs. So, I was pretty pleased with the men overall. I thought they handled themselves well. Thought that they set the race up well, and then, we had a lot more success on the back end of the course than we did, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, overall the women did fine. It wasn't anything to jump up and down about. We were lacking Jasmine. We decided to hold her out for no particular reason other than to try to keep her fresh. So we want her to be fresh on some of the meets that we're putting more of a target on, I guess is what you'd say. So we didn't have her. And then despite not having her, I thought we still performed well. And if you convert their times down to a 5K, if you take that 128 meters off, you figure that's anywhere from 25 to 30 seconds. So if you take 25 to 30 seconds off of all the girls' times, the results look significantly different and more positive, in light of the course being long. Sarah just, she took command of that race for herself and for the team. Because we were lacking Jasmine, it was huge that somebody go charge out there and get the job done. And Sarah really did a good job at doing that. I don't think any of the women had terrible races, but she definitely, clear and above, had the best race out of all the women. And so very much deserving of a run of the week for sure.